Hello, welcome to the Cables, Lace, and Tails podcast. My name is Sue, and I'm a maker from northwestern Wisconsin. So today is going to be a traditional podcast episode where I talk about how I am progressing in my makes. I do have to make it a snappy one again because time is of the essence, as they say. Now, my last podcast I taped right before an ice storm, and we had a remote learning day, which meant that I could use a personal day, which meant I was able to, because I was not feeling well and I didn't want to work from home, but I was able to finish the front right panel of my vegetable patch cardigan. I was about here, last time I showed. And then it took an excruciatingly long time to finish. I thought it would be fast. I thought it would be super easy. And it took me the majority of the day. So as of now, I have done the back panel and the two front panels, and now I have started working the sleeve. I've only started yesterday morning, and I only had a little bit of time to cast on and do a couple rows. You do everything in flat pieces, which I don't mind, and then you sew everything up at the end. For the entirety of the cardigan, you use US 6, well, you use the same needles throughout. I got gauge with the US 6, and I am using my Knitter's Pride Zing. These are the old school model. I know they're now Knit Pro, but these are the Knitter's Pride Zings. It's going fine. They do have a blunt tip, so I wouldn't suggest these with a more difficult, like this kind of cable pattern. I'll talk about this in a little bit. I wouldn't want to do this cable or the one on the back with this kind of needle because they are just too blunt. But with the vegetable patch cardigan, it's such a simple cable pattern. It is essentially, it's a 2x2 right and a 2x2 left. So I'm going to hold it real close. So it makes those horseshoe like, here, let's make it pretty. Horseshoe like cable. Oh, so the yarn I'm using is Wool of the Andes Shire Heather. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's soft, but it's not too. It's a very good balance of being rustic and soft. I have made a lot of sweaters out of this yarn, not maybe this color, but out of this yarn, and I really do enjoy wearing it. One of my sweaters bled a lot, and I haven't noticed when I did the gauge swatches with this one if it'll bleed. So yeah, I got the back done, the front done, the other front done, and now working on the sleeves. Now the sleeve pattern is a little difficult for me to understand at this moment. I reread it this morning, and I think I get it, but not entirely, because you have to make one on each end, every right side row, and in my mind, I'm like, wait a second, how does that affect the pattern repeat? So I'm still working on figuring that out, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I got the pattern from my Knit Picks Homestead Cables book. I'm not sure if they still have this on their website. I did get like 20% off when it first came out because I always look for the deals and sales, and I have made two sweaters from this book. The first sweater, which is really oversized, is the Emrys sweater, Emrys Cardigan. I'm going to just do this and stand. This sweater called for an Aran weight yarn. So I used Lion Brand's Fisherman wool, which is an Aran weight yarn. I did get gauged with the needle size, but I think it said like you wanted a certain amount of positive ease. Excuse me, I got something in my eye. But okay, let's see. I can't remember how much positive ease it wanted you to have, and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna be. This is gonna be more of a. I'll show you a picture. Hers is so much more fitted. Okay, and it's supposed to be worn with a 6 to 8 inch positive ease, and so I did more than, I think I did more than 8 inches of positive ease. I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th size, and it's just too big. Okay, I still wear it. I'm not going to rip it out. I thought to myself when I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this even bigger than what they suggest, because I'm going to be wearing a sweater underneath it, and then I can just use this as my outdoor work sweater jacket. It has these pockets, which are the gauge swatch, but that is not what I use this sweater for. So it's good to know what you're wearing in any given situation and how it'll affect you making something. Like, I thought I was going to be wearing this over sweaters, and I thought, oh, I better make this extra big. I should have made, I think, the 3rd size. Really, to be perfectly honest, I think I should have made the 3rd size, which would have been a 47 inch bust, 47.5, and that would have been 1, 2, 3, no, that would have been the 4th size. I made a 51.5 inch bust. So, you know, live and learn. But I also know with the vegetable patch cardigan, and that one said you should have a minimum of 5 to 10 inches of positive ease. And I did not want to go all the way up to a 51 inch bust again, especially when I had this present sweater already done, and my shoulders aren't as wide as like other parts of me. So I did the 1, 2, 3, I did the 4th size. I'm doing the 48 inch bust. So I don't know how the different yarns will react with the different patterns, because I am using the suggested yarn for this pattern, except they call for Wool of the Andes tweed, and I'm just using Wool of the Andes. And so I'm just trying to find the ball of yarn. This is a worsted weight, and it's just real nice. Now, if I had used the suggested yarn for the Emrys cardigan, would it be different? Because it was after blocking that everything got real long for the Emrys cardigan. Let's see, what do they suggest? They suggest Simply Wool, which is their eco wool. That's what it says. Aran weight, 100% eco wool. I don't know. I really like this though. When I wear it in like outside or in different situations, it just keeps you warm, and the cable pattern is just so beautiful. So beautiful. In fact, I was just outside with my dog. I just got home from work, and I took her out, and I was just wearing this sweater, and the wind is getting colder. We might get some rain, but I was just perfect. I mean, you can feel the wind going through this sweater, but it doesn't make you feel cold. It has that nice dry wool feel to it. I really do like the Lion Brand's Fisherman's wool. But I'm going to put this down here for a second because I am a tad hot. So I will let you know how the sleeve pattern works out. I'm going to have to reread the directions and then kind of dive into it and see what they mean. And I thought about doing 2 sleeves at a time, but I'm glad I said, this is a new pattern. Just do the 1 sleeve because then you're not ripping out twice as much. And I have never done 2 sleeves at a time. So this weekend was Easter. This past weekend was Easter. And we had to travel up to the Twin Cities, which is about a 2-hour ride. And I was thinking about what I would say. Ow! She bit me. Please don't bite. I was by her. She licks and then she bites. That's just who she is. And this is Anya, by the way. All right, so I was a passenger, not a passenger princess. There's a lot of anxiety with riding up to the cities for me. And I'm just going to let it be at that. So on the way there, I keep myself busy, not looking at the road. And if there's certain situations where you're so close to other vehicles that in a split second anything could happen, and it's just crazy, it's just awful. So I focus. I focus downward. I do not get car sick, thankfully. And I was working on my vanilla sock. It's the pattern I always use from the Ann Budd's Handy Book of Sweater Patterns, this one. And I am making it out of Patton's Croy sock yarn in the color Midnight Orchid. I had to think about it. So when I started, I always do a larger size, a 3mm up here. Or is it? I'm doing a 2.5, US 2.5 double pointed needle. And then I switched down to a US 2 double pointed needle. And you can kind of see, let's see, you can kind of see where it looks larger here and then it kind of goes in here. That's on purpose. So I did 3 inches of the larger needle, and then I was like right in this cream area, maybe the next little kind of dusty burgundy area. I was right in the beginning of this right here. So in 2 hours, I just, I know you don't think it may, oh, maybe you do think it is a lot. I did 8 different color rounds. I didn't always knit. Sometimes I would look off to the side. Sometimes I would look around. Sometimes I would be like, oh my God, and close my eyes. So I am working on this slowly. These are a pair for me, and they will get done eventually. They are one of my perfect travel projects because I always do, I do the same pattern each and every single time. I really like this pattern. It just is, I don't know why, it just gives me the sense of comfort when I make them. And so I do a 3x1 rib. I do a long tail cast on. I make the cuff about 7 inches long, maybe a little longer. I don't like it shorter than 7 inches. And then I do each sock, I work about the same amount. Now the other sock, I need to finish the larger needle and switch to the smaller needle and, catch up to this one. So, are you okay? I'm not gonna, did I bother you because I was too close to you? Huh? Maybe? She does not like it. Like, she sleeps by me all the time, right by my head. On this side, actually. She sleeps over here on my head. But if I put my hands by her, she will attack me in my sleep. So that's just who she is. We are lucky to have her because she is a formidable force. Right, Annie? That's right, Mom. So the next thing I worked on during our trip up to the cities was my wilderness sweater by Lincoln Newman. I am very close to the desired amount for the body, but not. I have to do maybe another few rounds, and it's gonna hold it up. I don't want it as long as my last one, and my last one was 17 inches, so I want to get to like 16 and a quarter or 16 and a half, and I'm just like getting really close to that, and then I'm looking ahead to the pattern, and I'm gonna have to put a picture of the Floika sweater that I made and how I didn't line up the chart correctly. I do have a lot of podcasts on it, but I'll try and put a picture over here with it, and you'll see what I mean. So in the pattern, in this book, it's a good book. It is a very good book. I was chastising myself this morning because if I had just done the Wilderness Cardigan, it would have been super easy to do the colorwork pattern up top. Now, I've been looking at it, and without giving too much away, I can't really show you the pattern because I'd be giving too much away. But you have to center your, let's see, you have to center your beginning to make sure that the, that the point, one of the points is in the center front, and then that'll work around. I was so nervous for doing it. I've been reading the directions. I'm like, okay, so, and then since it's a Norwegian book, it doesn't give you a whole host of instructions. It gives you literally one page and charts. So I'm just going to do this to block out most of it. You get one page of instructions, and then you get one page of charts. So yeah, I'm a little freaked out. I was trying to figure this out this morning before work, and I came to the realization I'm going to have to take some time where I'm not being rushed to go anywhere, where I'm not being distracted by anybody, and just really look at this, look at my sweater, because I think, but I'm not 100% sure, so please, if you know more than I do, please give me a hint. But I think, I'm just going to do this, I think you do one round of, when you connect everything, one round of the main color. And I think, I don't know. I put it on last time, and I did not start in the right area, so then I had some mistakes on either shoulder. So there is some learning here that I need to do, and I am semi-confident that I can figure it out. I'm not very confident at all. So after that, I was, we were leaving, and it was, thankfully, we left early this time, and we got home at 8 o'clock, and the light here in northwestern Wisconsin, it's still relatively light at 7:30. I did stop knitting while in the car because it just got so, it's that dusk time period where it's just so You can't really see, and I didn't bring any light, and I wasn't going to turn on like my phone or anything like that. And you can knit to a point in the dark, but sometimes you just want to see what you're doing. And I was getting close to a color change anyway. So I brought the third project I brought along for this trip, which I have transferred to a larger bag now, is my stripe hype sweater. And I am using, I'm going to step back for a second. The wilderness sweater that I'm making out of this book is using Lopi, Alaphus Lopi bulky weight yarn. I will have everything in my little info boxes, which I like to do. So, stripe pipe. I am loving this. The last time I showed, I was in this, wait, it's hard to see. I was in this area. I had just started the stripe. It was all connected. I love it. I love seeing my progress on anything. And sometimes when you're just working in the round and you measure and you're like, I thought I was at 15. I'm still at 15. But when you're working in the round in stripes, you count, oh, I'm on row 8, gotta change the color. Whoop, I'm on row 8, gotta change the color. I am loving this. I am using my Knit Picks Laminated Birch Sunstruck needles. I think they are the size 6. I believe they're size 6. Yes, 4mm, size 6, US size 6. I'm just loving it. I'm using the Wool of the Andes worsted weight tweed in the colors Barn Door, Heather, and Dove. Dove is the gray. I think this is a discontinued color. I love it. I love everything about it. I am doing the not recommended positive ease because, like my other sweaters, I am not that wide up here, and I don't want to have something just look really baggy on me. Now, other people, younger people, different body shape people, they look really cute in having this really oversized, kind of like 1980s style sweater. And I used to wear my sweaters like that in the 1980s, but now I think I look frumpy wearing that kind of a big sweater. Let's see, I'm trying to find a picture that doesn't have info. And this is a pattern by Veronica Lindbergh or Kuku Kavika on YouTube. It is a lovely, lovely pattern. I don't know if I'm liking it just because of the progression of the stripes. I'm only using 2 colors. You can use up to 5, I believe, but I didn't want to do that. I love it for the simplicity. Like when I was in the car, I could knit in the round and yet also look at all the herds of deer on the side of the road. Thankfully, none ran over the highway. That would have been tragic. There are a lot of deer in this area, and it's mating season because, or birthing season. Mating season was in November. Birthing season. So there's babies and whatnot. But it just looks so sharp. I did get some compliments about the color choices. I just really like these 2 colors together. So essentially, you work to the desired length, and then I think you do the sleeves, and it's just progressing really nicely. I am loving this project. This is also a really good project to travel with. Anything in the round, anything relatively mindless where you know exactly, like with the socks, it's a 3x1 rib, and I know knit, 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 purl, knit, 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 purl. It's just really fun. This, I was like this. looking around. Oh, there's a car, semis and whatnot. And yeah, so it's coming along swimmingly. Now, the last thing I'm going to discuss that I had worked on over spring break and Easter break. Our spring break was in the middle of March, and then our Easter break was about a week and a half later. Every year it's different. Next year they're combining spring break and Easter break. Some people are not happy, but whatever. Now I still have to block this, so it's a little frumpy. This is my first Morningstar wrist warmer in the colors Tea Rose and Seafaring. I'm using Knit Picks palette, fingering weight, 2-ply Highland Peruvian wool. I am not sponsored. Not sponsored at all. The pattern I got out of Knit Like a Latvian. I have made this pattern once before, and I thought to myself, hey, I wonder how long it took me to make these. And so I have been timing myself. I made it in 4 installments, I believe. I have it all listed here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I made it in 4 installments. The first one, from start to finish, took me 5 hours and 24 minutes. And the first one I just cast on and did 1 round. And then the next part I did this motif. And then the next one I did that motif. And then the remaining, the last day, I did the remaining amount. I still have to block this. It fits. It's a little tight. I haven't tied in any of the ends or anything like that. But you don't really want them loose because they're supposed to sit on your wrist. So I did do this one a little tight. I was very, very, concentrating. So I think once it blocks and relaxes a little bit, it'll get softer and it'll loosen up a little bit. I used Knitter's Pride Zing DPNs in the size US 0 or 2 millimeters. And now the second one I haven't cast on yet, but when I cast on, I will keep track in my book here and see how long the second one will take me. I do plan on making another pair of my kind of self-drafted wrist warmers with the trees and the leaves, and because I just kind of want to see how long does this take me if I were ever to sell anything in the future. And I'm not saying that I will, but I was just wondering, how much would I charge for something of this nature? And I don't know what I would charge. I mean, I think I'm worth $20 an hour, but then that one wrist warmer would have been $100. $20 an hour times 5 hours, $100. And then so you add, say, 2, and now you're at $200. And I don't think anyone's going to spend $200 on wrist warmers. I don't really make anything for anybody as a commission. If I do make someone something, it is usually a gift. Like making those dishcloths for Christmas. Each one takes a few hours. And if I were to charge a person $60 for a dishcloth, that'd be silly. But I also don't want to charge someone $5 for a dishcloth and give myself, not even $1 an hour. Because you have to factor in the yarn choice. So, anywho, on that fun note, I have been getting a little bit better at my editing. I've been adding more and more things here and there. And YouTube has suggested I try to do some B-roll. So we'll factor that And in the future, maybe I will be able to do some B-roll. Just for fun. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? So I would like to thank everyone for subscribing. I would like to thank everyone for watching and commenting on my videos. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed a good cup of coffee while I sat here discussing my 5 items. And I hope that you all find the pattern or the project that brings the most joy to your heart, and you find that no matter how much time you spend on it, it's time time spent well. I don't know if that didn't make any sense. Time spent well. So I should note before I go, the Wisconsin goodbye is a true thing. It's a true thing. I'm sure a lot of YouTube videos. Charlie Barons is a local comedian from Wisconsin, and I know he has discussed it. But here's the thing. You say goodbye, and then you're like, yep, we need to start getting going. And then an hour passes, and then you stand at the door, and another 20 minutes can pass, and then you're in the car, and you're like, oh, here's another little thing, or oh, by the way, did I forget to give you your leftovers, and all that fun stuff. So the Wisconsin goodbye is a true pastime that has been handed down from generation to generation. So on that fun, cheery note, I hope you all have a Wisconsin goodbye today, tomorrow, or the next day. Take care. Have fun. Bye for now.